This is the Live Alive demo on the Nintendo Switch. It's a free demo that I downloaded. I want to say I also have a copy of the PS4 demo. I'll double check to see if I downloaded that one already. This was a game that I actually found at the Maryland Library System, but I forgot there was a demo that was already out. So I'm going to do is for this video, because I'm playing offline, I'm going to play some of the demo here to kind of see what's available in the demo version, to compare it to the final game once I get my hands on that from the library again. I should probably mention this. This game came out in what, 1995? Yeah, this game came out in 1994, so it was just before the PlayStation and the original PlayStation launched in Japan. And this was a game from an era when Japanese RPGs were huge in Japan, basically from like 1990. Was it from like 1989? Right around the time through Final Fantasy VII coming out, they were massive, like huge, like people waiting in line to play Dragon Warrior 3, you know, that kind of thing, back in like 1990 or something. Of course, RPGs generally weren't as popular in America at the time, or at least video game versions of role-playing games. So games like this never got translated because Squaresoft USA was uncomfortable spending a bunch of money and time localizing these text-heavy Japanese RPGs that might not sell more than a couple 100,000. That might not sell 100,000 copies, I guess. That was the logic. Final Fantasy VI sold reasonably well on the Super NES, but it was an $80 cartridge. It sold I think it sold like 200,000, 300,000 copies here in the United States. These games were selling millions of copies in Japan. So there was an incentive for Japan to keep cranking these games out in the Super NES in Japanese, but there was less of an incentive to hire some American localizers to bring them over to the States at some inflated cartridge price, because all that text is expensive. Putting all this text into a cartridge in 1995 would have been prohibitively expensive for a lot of companies, or at least for a lot of consumers. How many consumers do you know are willing to spend $80 on a game like this? I would. Let me rephrase that. I would ask my parents to spend $80 on a game like this. But we'll get to that later. There'll be plenty of time for me to vamp a bit later about 16-bit RPGs. How many RPGs did I play in the 1990s? I played so many. Most of them are on the PlayStation 1, obviously. But I played so many RPGs. I'm not some kind of expert, but I've played so many of these games over the decades that I could reasonably hold my own in a conversation about obscure Japanese RPGs. This was one I barely heard of at the time it launched. I think I heard about it from the video game music community back in the mid-2000s, I think around 2009. I think it was around 2006, 2007, some video game music fans were talking this game up. I barely remember the soundtrack for this game, so from what I've heard so far, it's very good. It's obviously been rearranged because the original Super NES game could not sound this good, but it probably sounded pretty good. I'll see if I can dig it up. So the demo includes portions from 3 of the chapters. You can save your progress and carry it over to the full version. I'm a big fan of that, because it means you don't have to keep retracing your steps if you play the demo and like it. This game's still in the $50 range right now, but everything about this game just screams $30 at Game. Everything about this game just screams $40 at GameStop, and it's never gonna budge. Like, this game's gonna be $40 on the secondhand market in a decade. So that's my take on what a game like this could ultimately wind up being. But it's great. I always love it when old games that were restricted to other territories get brought over for modern audiences and localized, so they can play games like this, which may or may not have been good, but you can see how ambitious it was trying to be. Like, I remember Trials of Mana did a bit of this, where you had multiple characters to choose from at the start of the game, so you got 3 completely different you got multiple ways to play the game. I guess Romancing Saga did that on the PlayStation 2. I still have that disc out here, I hope. That's a game I might play on this channel eventually, too. That was a game that had a similar idea. You have different characters with completely different areas of the game that you're playing through. So it's not like Final Fantasy VI, where you have a linear story and you're jumping, or in the game guides you. The game switches control from one character to another as you progress through the game. This is not doing that. This is a game apparently where you literally that's completely different. And maybe these stories intersect later in the game, I don't know. But the game does split you off into different characters, each with their own mechanics, and we'll get a chance to sample some of those here. For this video, we're going to focus on the Twilight of Edo, which I played a bit of before recording this commentary. I played this for about half an hour before I started recording the commentary. And we'll sample the other two demo versions later. But if this game gives you an hour of content for 3 characters, that's very good for a demo. I rarely expect demos to have more than a couple of hours of gameplay. So giving people a taste of giving people a legitimate, like a taste of 3 different characters in this game is very good. I think Trials of Mana did the same thing. So I love it when games give you the opportunity to play demos like this for free. Games you probably might not have experienced before. That's the other thing about the Switch. It is really good about providing free demos you can download once, like from a library, then play them offline, kind of get the lay of the land, kind of see what's out there. Very good, a lot of variety in the demos they provide here. And since it's a console, presumably you're not just downloading some malware like if you were downloading a random Steam game, you know what I mean? I make no commentary about Steam demos generally, but I tend to stick to game demos for games I'm already familiar with from other outlets. If someone else tells me about a Steam game with a demo, then I'll download that game. So if you see a demo on this channel for a PC game, it's for a game that I've heard other people talk about from major game outlets. So just so you know, it's almost always a game that other people are going to be familiar with, because it's a mainstream game from a mainstream publisher. So I tend to trust them more than, say, random indie publishers. I'll be the first to admit that. There is a Japanese voice acting here for this video, just so you know. And again, obviously the Super NES game did not look like this. So they're doing that tilt shift lighting effect going on here. I do love this look for a lot of modern RPGs now that are retro styled. They're doing the whole realistic lighting with pixel art. I am a fan of that. I might need to turn down the volume, but we'll leave it as is for now. And obviously the Japanese version wouldn't have had this much spoken dialogue. Star Ocean might, this game would not have. I believe Star Ocean was the largest Super Famicom cartridge ever released, but it came out literally at the end of the console's lifespan. It was like a 6 megabyte. Yeah, it was a 6 megabyte cartridge, I want to say. It was larger than Super Street Fighter 2. That's how large that cartridge was. 50% larger. Yeah, I think it was mainly used for text and some of the spoken dialogue that was in the prologue of that game. But we'll talk about Star Ocean later. There's plenty of time to talk about Star Ocean on this channel, trust me.
すでにからくり人形も完成しているでごじゃる。あとは皮を剥ぎ、中身を入れ替えるだけ。夜明けとともに取り掛かるでごじゃる。
Is that what he said? Good localization.
わらわにくださいまし。近頃は生きのいい殿方を苦労ておりませぬゆ
え。これでこの火の元を再び戦乱のようにすることができる。
Is that what he said? Took a few creative liberties with the localization, I suppose.
一足遅かったか。
かくなる上はこの私めが。
焦るでない颯。頭目の主が命を落としては我が閻魔人軍はどうなる。主に行かせるくらいならばこの老いぼれが行くわ。他にはおるまい。
He didn't say all that.
これほどの見つめこなせるものなど。いや、おりますぞ。未だ荒削りではありまするが、見込みにおいては一番のものが。
ほほう、してそのものの名は。
は、そやつの名は。
Did I determine what the name was gonna be? Oh yeah, okay, I was gonna call him Okoye Maru, but that would be a bit too much. Who we going with? Goemon? Naruto? It's in Imperial Japan. Does it matter who I choose? What was his name? Rurouni Kenshin? I don't remember the name of the character from Rurouni Kenshin. So we'll ignore that for now. Samurai X. No, we're not gonna do that. The blind black samurai. No, we are not going to do that either. You think I would have already come in with an idea, so I guess we'll go with Okoye Maru. Wakanda forever. I'll stick with that. That's why I chose in my first playthrough. I wish there were a way I can turn down the volume. That's okay. The sound effects are really loud. Okoye Maru. We'll go along with that. It was either that or... what was his name from Valkyrie Profile? Edo? Was that his name? I don't remember. There was a samurai in Valkyrie Profile. I don't remember his name. He was a mid-game character, if not a late-game character.
ございます。
おお、やつか。早速呼んでまいれ。
いや、奴のこと、すでに来ておることと。
おお。
He didn't say all that.
さて、主に密命を申しつける。中身はもう分かっておろうな。
Yes.
は。
では行け。
Hisaishi Joe.
しばし待てい。
Should have called him Hisaishi Joe. That's okay.
主に私の秘術を授けよう。敵に追われた時などに使うがよい。
Was it like an ultimate attack or something?
使っている間は景色と一体となり、身を隠すことができる秘術だ。今は一刻を争う。実戦で試すがよい。
So I'm like Raiden from Metal Gear, huh?
主なら使いこなせるだろう。では、行け！
Obviously, they won't speak my name. In the spoken dialogue, they obviously won't say my name, so it's just generic. It's just generic. In other words, they'll say everything else but my name, which makes sense.
この日の元の行く末。 主にかかっているのやもしれぬ。
Yeah, I probably should have come in with a better reference prepared, but that's okay. We don't. That's usually not how we play these games.
時は幕末。歴史が己の行く先のあらゆる可能性を探るかのように動乱する時代。この時代にも知られざる裏舞台で歴史を築き上げてきた者たち。忍びが生き続けていた。閻魔人軍きっての忍び。行く手に待ち受けるは生か、はたまた死か。
Again, I do like the way the visuals look. Again, it's that good mixing of the sprite-based style, like the pixel art style that was popular in the mid-1990s on Super NES games, with the modern lighting effects to kind of make it pop more than they would normally. So it's a good combo, which is what Octopath Traveler was trying to do. I still haven't played the demo of that game. I think I have the demo to the second Octopath Traveler game. The last I checked, the game was apparently not very good. Like, it looked good, but the gameplay was apparently not that great. I think it was pacing problems, I'm trying to remember. I can look more into it, because I didn't want to spend a whole bunch of money on Octopath Traveler, even though I liked the way it looked. Like, this is more like what a game would look like. Obviously, like, it doesn't look like a PlayStation 1 2D game, because Wild Arms is right around the time when this kind of game would have faded away. Because Wild Arms looked like a 16-bit game that got made into a PlayStation 1 game. Here we go, we got a radar. Music is very good so far, so I'm a fan. And of course you can save here, so that's good. Route to unexplored area, route to explored area, route to current objective, okay. Turn the radar on or off, but you know what? Keeping it on sounds like a good idea. At the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, you saw me bring up some prompts. We're auto-advancing the dialogue, and we can also skip cutscenes if you're interested. But for this early part of the game, I wanted to show you how the story plays out with the voice acting. You can view the sketch. I wonder if I think the sketch looks like I wonder if the sketch was in the Super NES game. I tend to believe it wasn't. I'm curious if this game is like a bunch of mini games, like six short RPGs combined into one, which is an interesting idea. And Square could get away with that in the mid-2000s. In the mid-1990s, they can get away with that because obviously they had made so much money from the Final Fantasy games, they could afford to get away with stuff, experimental Japanese RPGs like this. And they obviously got pretty experimental by the PlayStation era when they were making games like Vagrant Story, for crying out loud, where it's like, yeah, let's get really fancy with, let's get really wild with how we can, how many different ways can we have a character choose the attack button, basically. Like Xenogears did that. A couple of other Japanese RPGs did. Obviously, Chrono Cross did that. The Final Fantasy PlayStation 1 games all did that. Final Fantasy Tactics was kind of traditional, all things considered. So we're going to save here. Alright, so we have our Ground Zero save. We'll create another one later. Graphics settings. Before I forget, we're going to make multiple saves, obviously. Whoop. I'm pretty sure they didn't have this many saves in the Super NES games. That's good to know. Wonder how did they save the settings here? Was it like a really long password? Like you save your location, you save all of your items in your inventory. And I've always been curious how Super NES games would save content like that. Because obviously they're not saving states really, they're saving, well they are saving states. They're saving a location on the cartridge and all the items in your inventory, things like that. Stuff that would ultimately have to be saved in a password if you had to write down a password. But that's another issue entirely. Okay, so we have our ground zero save, and we can keep moving. Tutorials, gameplay tips. Well, we'll read more of those later. So I can use my D-pad, which seems appropriate for a game like this. But again, I like little touches like this. Like, you know, the little foliage moving in the foreground here. So again, obviously the Super NES game didn't look like this. So maybe it looked more like a top-down game, you know what I mean? Like maybe these maps were like a top-down map. That's what I tend to believe happened. Like I tend to believe a game like this might look more like Chrono Trigger. Because this pixel art style would be familiar for anyone who's played Chrono Trigger. Or at least the pixel art style would look familiar. The lighting obviously is different. The angle on these, obviously the 3D-ishness would not be in the Super NES version. So I'm very curious to know how this game looked on the Super NES, or the Super Famicom version, obviously. It never got released in the States. Is Terranigma ever going to get re-released? Like, I want to say some ROM hacks came out so Americans could play it. I mean, it got released in Europe, I want to say. But we'll talk about that later. I don't know much about Terranigma. I just know it exists. Okay. I have to hold down the button. What was that noise? What if I want to fight instead? Well, let's see what happens if I fight. Charge gauge will appear with the allies and enemies that are red angles. Okay. Okay, this is fairly obvious stuff. Okay, but there are no allies. This doesn't even matter. Party status? No. Okay, we have a Firefly's Wake, low damage, wide area of effect. Shadow Slash only attacks one enemy, huh? Gotta get closer, I suppose. So is it like radial-based movement? Well, I'm behind him. Oh, press L or R to turn. That's interesting. Oh, should I not have done that? Oh. I didn't know he was going to attack me like that, but okay, give me a second. Damage medium. I took a bit of a hit, unfortunately. So it's like a top-down view. So it's the top meter that's his health. Okay. Whoop, got me. So I guess I walked into range. That was the problem. Vulnerable. So he's vulnerable to the Firefly's Wake. So that's where he is? He's on both squares? Okay, fine. The angle doesn't help very much. I kind of just wish it were top down. He doesn't look that vulnerable to me. Oh, it's fire tile damage. That's cool. Okay, that's cool. So I took a hit. How much health do I have left? Oh, so I'm just slaughtering folks, huh? So maybe I should have just avoided them. What's my status? Did I get all my health back at least? Recommended equipment with the X button. Well, this is my recommended equipment. Good to know, I suppose. We'll assume formation matters later. Just not now. What was that noise? We'll see if they follow me. Well, am I doing the genocide run or the pacifist run? So I can't move while I hold the Y button. Okay, so I can't move while I'm holding down the Y button. Okay, so whatever. What was that noise? Okay, so they're just gonna sit here and not comment on the guy who just walked through the door. Okay, so they saw me. So they're not gonna leave their patrol zone, huh? That's the problem, like I can't get past them anyway. Yeah, so, I mean, there probably wasn't much I could have done, since they already blocked the door. There's no reason to complicate things. Can I just run away? That might be a good idea. We'll see if that makes a difference later. Vulnerable. So I got all my health back at the end of the fight. That's good. Got me. Okay. Oh, so I'm vulnerable to the fire too. That's not good. Is the fire still on? Yep, it is. Okay. Maybe I'll just stay back. Maybe I'll lure them over to me. Yeah, get over here, dog. No fire damage? I think he's regenerating his health. Yeah, I think he's regenerating his health. Not anymore, he's not. So after every fight, I get my health back. That's good to know. This also means the enemies are probably taking a bunch of health off when I fight them, so that could be a problem. But this could be like a Resident of Fate situation where it's like, yeah, every fight could be your last, but at least you get your health back if you survive it. You don't have to worry about heal potions or anything like that. Which again makes me wonder what the original Super Famicom game was like.
Yama! Ka! Imo! しまった!くせ者、ヒットライ! この合言葉があれば敵か味方かすぐにわかる。ではおのおの持ち場へ。鐘の音を聞き逃すでないぞ。はっ。
Mountain River. Okay. That's rough. It's not a very sophisticated password system, but at least it works. Set of chainmail, I'll take that. Can I put it on? Let's put it on now. Just for the fight. There you go. So it triples my defense, that's cool. I'll take that. Don't worry, I'm not gonna die. So I guess I can do a pacifist run if I really wanted to. We'll just do this over and over again, I guess. That took away most of his health. Ah, no fair. Ow, bastard. Ow. Well, I win. So I guess fire magic is my quirk. What are we doing here? Hey, Naruto. Does he have a sexy jutsu? Or is the sexy jutsu always on? Ha ha. What are we doing here exactly? Is there another way around? Should not be load times in the game this small. Okay, we're good. That! I'm sorry, what was he talking about? See if we can get closer. Yeah, we're not gonna pass. Missed. Haha. You got me. Yeah, I'm not dead yet. Where's the fire tile damage? There we go. This probably won't kill him. Let's do what we can. Just stay out of range while that yellow meter is going up. Can I wait here? Pass. Pass. No. I want to die here. That should be safe here, he said portentously. Got him. I'll let your boy. Yep. That was pretty tactical, wasn't it? Okay. Trying a bit more than most RPGs of this era, I think. Props. Maybe I don't want to go that way. Well, assuming this formations matter at this point in the game. The frame rate's stuck in the 30s, unfortunately. So as good as the game looks, frame rate's not holding up. Bye. Darn it, saw me. What was that noise? I'm not gonna get past those guys. Ain't anything good I need to equip now that I think about it? No, we're good. Yep, I got all my health back, so that's good. I'm gonna do a quick game save here for funsies. Alright, let's go ahead. So I gotta get past these guys, no getting around that. River.
Kawa.
I'll let your boy. I'm the least conspicuous ninja. Put in work though. So is there anything here in my stats I actually need to change? I mean, while I like the idea of doing all this weird, like, tactical turn-based combat, it does feel kind of simplistic. But I can see why they might want to include this as part of like an RPG miniseries. So it should be Origin now, not River. Whoop, follow me. Well, hopefully I don't have to give the new password. Hopefully I don't have to give the new password. So I can see him behind the door on the top of the screen there. Because I can't really see much more beyond that. So I guess he left. Okay. Yeah, he saw me. Oh, hi. No, well. Guess I couldn't avoid it. Guess I couldn't avoid that. Oh, well. I guess I deserve that. Get a bit closer. He's gonna hit me with a big attack, though, so be careful. He is vulnerable to the fire, so that's good.
Mine.
Careful. Ow! Bastard. Okay. Walk through the fire, doofus. Get over here. Took a little bit of damage. Haha, you suck. And I win again. Yeah, that's pretty good. Reasonably strategic, I suppose. Give me the loot. Darn it! Maybe I wasn't supposed to kill him, was I? Yeah, I probably wasn't supposed to kill him, but let me check on something. So my logic is, if I just lay down the fire and then just move around the perimeter of the fire, I guess I'll be fine. As dumb as that sounds, that seems to actually work. Yeah, I'm not going to complain too much if it does. Didn't do too much damage. Ah. That did. Is he even that vulnerable to this stuff? As I'm complaining? Should I take a shot at him? I mean, it doesn't cost me anything to take a shot at him, if I'm being honest. Resistance to fire, I guess? Later. He's resistant to that. He's not resistant to that, though. Should I wet the ground so that the fire goes away? Yeah, I think the fire went away. Ow! Water tile damage. Of course! Water tile damage. Too fanatic. Oh, he doesn't attack me. But he is resistant to these attacks, isn't he? resistant. He's resistant to that. That's the problem. So we're fine. I was on the right track after all, I guess.
精進あるのみ
I'll take that. Give me the loot. There's no loot here. That sucks. This is just a dead end? Am I just doing a genocide run? What are we doing here? Bye. Bye. Guess they didn't have anything. Guess they don't need beef with me. So you got to live. Let me not go that way. This is unexplored territory, though. This might be worth exploring later, just not now. Then we gotta get past. We'd already come this way? No, this is a different area. With a different password on the other side. Guess I can't unlock it with a shrimp rice ball. I mean, it would have been nice if I could. I mean, jump across. Ho! Okay, new password. So it's gonna be not gonna be the potato password. It's gonna be the other password. Hey guys. None shall pass.
Touch Saru.
What if I said no?
金のね
So it's a river now. Alright, let's keep paying attention. Let's see what we got. Very
Touch
well.
Saru.
So maybe later I can come in. Of course, I have to get past this dude over here. Darn it. Hold on. Yes, this is where Wind Waker got it from. Peekaboo. Didn't I see this in Mission Impossible 4? Yeah, in Ghost Protocol. He walked right past me. Oh well. I don't have to tell you. I still think the guards in Wind Waker were the dumbest guards of all time. The dumbest prison guards of all time. I blame Metal Gear Solid for everything. Didn't I already come this way? So I'm supposed to go. Okay, so I'm supposed to come back. So I couldn't even go that way in the first place. So what's my destination exactly? Am I supposed to go left? What's my destination again? Just a second. I guess I can go to the map again. So that's where I am. Am I supposed to go to the right? Like, what did I ascend for? What was the point of ascending at that point? Because the blue is my objective, right? How do I get to the blue from here? So I guess I have to get a key. So I went down, so I ascended. So why did I ascend exactly? Yeah, I went down that tree so I can go to that door, but that door won't let me through. And then I had to go all the way around here. You had to go all the way around here for some reason. I probably wasn't even necessary. Okay, the game auto advanced and it should not have. There's a locked door and a door I can't get there. I guess I can fight those guys. I guess I can just fight those guys, just kind of see what happens. Why not? Sounds like that kind of game. It's locked and I can't use a shrimp rice ball to get in. Or maybe I can. I just don't feel like trying it right now. Okay, let's just see if this will not work. I just want to have some fun with it. Nope, the shrimp rice ball won't fit. I agree, it doesn't fit, but yeah. None shall pass. None shall pass. They're probably gonna kill me right out, so let's see what happens. Firefall sounds good. Firefall sounds amazing. No, that was easy. I mean, do I have any, like, magic points that can be consumed? I mean, can I just spam this? Can I just spam this for every fight? Of course I can't go inside. Why should I be able to go inside? Excuse me, nothing can be easy anymore in this game. So I guess wanton slaughter isn't the way to advance through this part of the game, huh? Can I go right? No, I can't go right. So I can't go north. And so I can't go this way, and I can't go that way. So maybe there's a key around here somewhere. I don't know where it is. Give me a second. So I guess the logic is, whoop. Was I supposed to, I think I was supposed to hit the bridge to get over here. Yeah, I was supposed to hit the bridge to get over here. Let's see who wants to mess with us. Hi. Is there a key around here, ladies? Yeah. I can try fleeing, I guess. Icon guy. Don't need that yet. Managed to escape. Bye. That buys me a few seconds of invincibility, I guess. In a world besieged by... I didn't get a chance to read that. Okay. Bye, guys. So there's probably a key around here. I mean, I guess my stuffed rice balls will get me where I need to go. Can't go that way. Can't go up the tree. It should be potato. Well, no, it's never potato. I've already been here? Of course it's locked. I can't use a ball of rice either. So I guess I'm just open to ideas at this point. Yeah, it's like I'm just open to ideas at this point. I guess I can try the other part of the demo. We can see what's up. Excuse me. Thank you. Can't go this way. Can't go that way. You could call the guards to help him, but I guess it's not happening. So far, I'm 3 for 3 on escaping. I gotta complain about that. At this point, I'm just trying to figure out where to go, unfortunately. This might be the end of the video, as far as I'm concerned. Bye. Can't go that way. So I guess I'm just kind of backtracking this. I wasn't paying attention to what that tutorial said. Go with that tutorial. Yeah, that's been established. From the front, more easily evaded. Attacks come from the rear, more likely to hit. Okay. It's not applied to certain enemies. Okay. Flying enemies are immune. Okay. Yeah, take out the leader. Like it, I think Star Ocean 2 let you do that. Actually, Resident of Evil definitely lets you. Resident of Fate definitely lets you do that. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. None of that was particularly helpful, I'm afraid. Well, some of it was, but... Yeah, well. Gameplay tips? Oh, okay, how many people did you kill doing this? Okay, that's fine. I don't remember seeing a hook and rope anywhere. Okay, yeah, that's obvious. Sure, tile damage. Robotic enhancements. Yeah, this game's got a bunch of stuff going on. This game's got a lot of stuff going on in the different parts. What's this? So I can go to the jukebox. Yeah, I don't know if I can. Okay, we're gonna sample. We're not gonna go through any of the other parts of the demo yet, but I want to at least show you the other two parts that we can visit. I think we can visit China, Imperial China, in the distant future. Was there supposed to be a wrestler in one of these? I think that might be him in the near future. Yeah, it was him in the near future. Yeah, really curious. I'm level 4. Really curious how this game's going to progress. Let me check on something. Let's see where the jukebox is. It's supposed to be here, wasn't it? The title. Or maybe it's not in the demo, which would make sense. Audio might not match subtitles. Funny how that works. Like I said, there would be Japanese utterances that were translated into full sentences. So what are you gonna do? Okay, So we'll probably come back and play more of this later. But I'm going to switch to another character for the next part of the demo. But this was the this is the Japanese portion of the demo. Recorded the audio on my Scosche headphones into the audio splitter into the USB-C capture device, the J5 Create capture device, plugged into the quad-core laptop with the Windows 10 camera app recording the footage at 60 frames a second. Though I think it might be limited to 30 for most of the combat anyway. But I'll let the music play us out.